Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and welcome to another massive night of footballing action on That's Football. 3 World Cup watch-alongs for you to come tonight. We're starting off with France versus Senegal. We've then got Norway against Iraq, and then it's the holders Argentina against Algeria at 2 a.m. I hope you're all doing fantastically well, by the way. You're all very, very welcome here. As always, get in the comments. Can't wait for this game, says Plum. Yeah, well, I can't wait for it as well. You are very, very welcome, as I said. And we are in the MetLife. I mean, look at it. Every time I start these World Cup watch-alongs, I just have a smile on my face at the spectacle. I mean, look at it. Clear blue sky, amazing stadium, loads of colour in the stands, and, you know, it's just so vibrant. I really do think we're going to look back on this World Cup. Well, I hope we're going to look back on this World Cup with, you know those dark nights in the winter when it's cold, and we're going to look back on this World Cup and remember the summer. It is a joy to watch, as seem as well. But you know what? We're building a great community here as well. So thank you everybody who does get involved. I am doing the 2 a.m. game. Who's with me for 3 watch-alongs tonight? We're having a great time. Who's with me? I'm doing France-Senegal, 8 p.m. UK time. 11 p.m. we're doing Norway-Iraq, and then 2 a.m. Argentina-Algeria. We're up for it. I'm not doing 5 a.m. Austria against Jordan. I mean, I might get some boos in the chat, but I'm not doing that. That's a big no from me, absolutely. But look, we are, as you can see, sponsored by Ball Sports again on the stream. We're working with them on the watch-alongs on some of our games across this tournament. And for the France versus Senegal game, I've got my bet builder ready. One of these is going to come in at some point. So we're working with Ball Sports, and they're adding a 50% bet boost on top of today for this match. So you can get a 50% boost on your bet builder that you build. If you don't know what a bet builder is, it's made up of a number of predictions you can have in one game. It can be anything like red cards, yellow cards, goals scored, shots on target, who's going to win, etc. So for France Senegal, I'm going to explain mine. I've got France to win. All these things need to come in for my bet to work, right? France to win, Elise to score any time. He was one of my game changers that I identified as well for this week. Over 3.5 goals, over 8.5 corners, and Kalidou Koulibaly to be booked. This is coming in. I can feel it. France to win, Elise to score any time, over 3.5 goals, over 8 corners, and Kalidou Koulibaly to get booked. Give it a go yourself. You get a 50% bet boost. Also, got a little bit of a quiz question for you as well. No prizes for this, just if you can get it, I'll tell you at half time. In the 2002 Tokyo World Cup, France had a stinker, finishing bottom of their group. How many goals did they score in the entire tournament? We'll come back to that half time. Keep hold of that. Also, ahead of tomorrow's England game, we'll be here tomorrow night. Ball Sports are giving a free £5 bet builder for our UK and Ireland users. So you get €5 if you're in Ireland. Just log into Ball Sports, opt in to claim it, or if you haven't yet signed up to Ball Sports, hit the link in the description, sign up to claim, or scan the QR code next to me now. Make sure you put your loyalty and patriotism aside and pick with clarity of thought this World Cup. Over 18s only, UK and Ireland. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description. And you can get it all through the QR code or through the link in the description. I will tell you how I'm doing that in the first half. So let's, thanks to Ball Sports for that. Let's have a little look at the teams. Welcome to everybody who's tuning in on TikTok as well. Thanks for all the follows there. You're very welcome. So the French team is on the screen. You've got Maignan in goal, Koundé, Saliba, Upamecano, Theo Hernandez, Tchouameni and Rabiot, with Dembele, Elise, Doué, Mbappe. I mean, you can see why a lot of people have them as favourites. And it's going to be a very difficult game for Senegal. But with that Senegal side, you will also note a lot of familiarity. A lot of people feel that Senegal are a dark horse for this tournament. Mendy in goal, used to be at Chelsea. Diatta, Kalidou Koulibaly, Niakhaté, Al Hadji, Kamara, Idrissa Gueye of Everton, Papa Gueye, Ismail Sarr, Jackson, and Mane. So they do have some interesting players. Interesting players who are not starting for me is Njai of Everton. I would have thought he would be starting for them, but he ain't starting. So yeah, first of 3 games tonight. I'm bloody loving it. So if you are watching, please do click and share the video, especially if you're on YouTube, because YouTube has been playing up a little bit in relation to searchability for World Cup games. I think there's something strange going on there, let's say. So please do share the video. We have got MetLife tonight in the New York. New York, you want to be a part of it? So we're New York for this game. We're Boston for Norway. And then, exciting, the holders, Argentina, at 2 a.m. in Kansas. And we haven't had a game in Kansas yet. And then once, that's the last place that we haven't been. So excited for that 2 a.m. game as well. There was something I wanted to have a quick look at. That was it. I want to have a quick look at the Senegal World Cup squad because I haven't had a thorough look at it yet, and I suppose that's what it's all about. Yeah, I suppose for Njai it's difficult to get in because, you know, it's Ismail Sarr and it's Mane. But, you know, Mane's no spring chicken anymore, is he? He's 34. But just going through their squad, Idrissa Gueye obviously is 36. I never knew. I tell you what, fair play to him. He gets around a lot for 36. Obviously plays for Everton, but he's a good player. Papa Gueye plays for Villarreal. Kamara plays for Monaco. He's only 22. He's a good player. Keep an eye on him. As I say, they've got some good players. Players to watch. I would say Kamara, number 8 for Monaco, is a good player to keep an eye on. And he's only 22 for Senegal. Just for something a little bit outside the box. For France, well, I'm going to be watching their number 8, Tchouameni, because I want to see how he does, because I'd like to see him at Man United. But I think Elise probably is the one to watch there, isn't he? We're up and running anyway. Look, Spain didn't have the best start yesterday. I've got a funny feeling France might be on it. Yeah, I do. Yeah, a lot of the French players, a lot of the Senegal players play in France, funnily enough. Niakate plays for Lyon. Diatta, the right back, plays for Monaco. And Diouf, the left back, plays for West Ham. Of course, he's a player to watch in a way. He's had a very good season. Al-Hadji Diouf. They've got a 20-year-old called Sarr, who plays for Chelsea on their bench as well. Mendy is in Saudi. Senegal also do have a lad. I mean, if he comes on, he's interesting. Mbaye, he's only 18. He's at PSG. He's got 3 goals in 11 games for Senegal, who did put a good cross in there to win a corner. Just looking at their squad, Como, Diao as well. So, look, don't sleep on Senegal. They have got a decent side. Mark, iPlayer has it on Ultra HD. I'm not going on iPlayer, mate. You get a delay. If I use iPlayer, I'll be about 40 seconds behind what this is. So, Lord, did me blade itself a hernia there. All I did is turn my chair. What do we think about the France kit? It's almost like Gold Devils a little bit with the blue and the black. I just don't like the collar. Mbappe hat-trick is a guarantee. France win 6-2, says Marge. I tell you what, if they beat Senegal 6-2, it'd be a very impressive result because Senegal are good. Where do you think Derby will finish next season, says Matthew? I've got absolutely no idea. 98 R9 Mercurials or 06 Rooney total 90, says TJ. I'm not really a football boot man. I mean, give me a pair of New Balance with the white tongue any day of the week. Or Puma Kings. Matthew says, have you seen my previous super chat? Obviously not, but I will do in a minute. I'll look forward to that. Hi Mark, says Daniel Thompson. Hope you're well. Had a good day. Here for all 3 watch-alongs. I'll go France win, hoping Mbappe plays well. See, I would love to see France lose. I don't massively dislike France, but they are one of the favourites, and I'd love them to get kicked out to open up the tournament. Because to me, that's just the way I am. I think if the favourite gets knocked out or does shit, it opens up the tournament, doesn't it? Whereas if France are amazing, what's the point in being here? You know, this amazing World Cup with 48 countries in it, it will be boring if France win it. Mark, did you see Jan Paul van Heck has gone to Spurs? Yes, they're going for Tonali now, honey. Are you happy that Martinez is leaving his position as Portugal manager, no matter where Portugal finishes, but saying he might return to the Prem? Yeah, Jamie, that's like saying I might play lead guitar for the Script on their world tour. He ain't getting a job in the Premier League, he's shit. He literally is the Spanish Southgate. BRT says, I remember France-Senegal back in 2002. First huge upset I ever witnessed, France being the holding world champions. I remember that, BRT. Matthew, what score tonight, Mark? I feel like it might be 3-1 France. Mbappe is a bit of... Mbappe is a bit of a... I don't even know what the word is. Clearly world class. But the question marks about him are, can you win it with Mbappe? You know, he leaves PSG. They win 2 Champions Leagues in a row, having never won it. He goes to Real Madrid. They stop winning Champions Leagues. Yeah. He's a brilliant... Look, I will always say Mbappe is a brilliant player, but is he brilliant for a team? That's the thing. Is Rabiot the Jordan Henderson of France? I like that, NAU, and I think you might be right, yeah. How do you think Ole does at Ipswich if he goes, says Dylan? I mean, they get relegated, don't they? There's no manager that's going to go to Ipswich and keep them up anyway. Where has McKenna gone to Fulham then? Anyone else getting really bored of going on Instagram and looking at everybody's stories and everybody's in New York? There's no novelty. Everybody is there. I am jealous, yes, but also I stand by it. It's boring because everybody is there. Ooh, look at my food in New York. Ooh, look at the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. Ooh, look at me near the Statue of Liberty in New York. Ooh, look at me near the Empire State Building in New York. Yeah, I've seen it about 50 times today from 50 different people. Shove it up your arse. I'd be more excited if I saw the Eiffel Tower. I love you, I know I want to. Yes, I will be playing that game a little bit later. Bob Boys in New York. Yeah, well, I'm not going to slag them off because I like them. They're all right. But, I mean, everybody's in bloody New York. I think London's empty. There are no influencers. Lovely little flick there. He's got the pace to run through. No, he hasn't. He's been caught. Good defending. Good defending there by Upamecano. But Senegal were nearly in. So, tell you what, it's quite an even game, this, at the start. Yeah, I don't know whether Elise, Dembele, Doué and Mbappe actually do work. Referee's letting this go, though. I'm enjoying it. Are you doing Iraq-Norway? Yes, we're doing 3 tonight. The French will testify they can do it with Mbappe, says Nick P. Dictator Mbappe, says Kylie. And how do you think Ollie would have done that one? Thank you very much. NBBA and Ian, thanks for your follows on TikTok. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in there. The Sidemen are in Texas. That's a lovely ball. He went for the shot, and it was an offside. I like this referee letting the game flow. Please do share the video, by the way. We've got nearly 10,000 tuning in. And McKenna can't go anywhere if it triggers an 8 million clause, says Mr. Tomba. Yeah, well, he won't just leave Ipswich, will he? He'll be going somewhere. How many goals do you think Haaland's going to score against Iraq? Look, to be fair, the Golden Boot should be absolutely broken. We've got an extra round of games, but is it? I mean, Havertz is at the top at the moment, isn't he? Apparently, McKenna said he's taking a break. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Getting promoted to the Premier League and then taking a break. A lot of Ali's from Iraq, and he says we can hold our own against Norway. I completely forgot about the New Zealand. You know what? This is really bad. I was up at 8 o'clock this morning, and I didn't know the New Zealand-Iran score until 1:30. I completely missed it, and I'd been online. You know, I'd done the United stand. I'd been online. I just completely not come across it at all. 2-2, it was. Marge says Gangs of New York is a banger of a film. That blue guy, how you doing, pal? Thanks for the follow. Kalo says, are you going to watch the Argentina match? Yes. Yes, I am. Probably that's someone famous. Don't know who it is. That kid doesn't know anything about football, does he? He's like, what is this? It's Ellie Manning, the New York Giants quarterback. Now, see, I do know NFL, but I didn't know who that was. Lookalikes are getting a bit thin on the ground, says Nick P. There's only so many obscure Caribbean islands with European journeyman managers I can analyse. That manager who did really well with Saudi Arabia at the last World Cup but got sacked is now the new Tunisia manager. I forget what his name is. It Reinhardt or something like that? He is now the new Tunisia manager. Dom, Mr. Six, thanks for the follow. Look, Senegal have started off really well here. As I said many a times to you, I would bloody love it if we get a Morocco or a Senegal or a USA or a Mexico or an Ivory Coast or an Ecuador or a Colombia. I'll love it if we get one of them in the final. You know, we've probably got to expect it to be a France-Spain final, haven't we? But it would be a change if we started to see these countries, sorry, go to the next level. Who else is in this group? It's Norway, isn't it? Norway and Iraq. Pretty sure it is. Yeah. Norway and Iraq. So I think Norway play Senegal next. Yeah, they do. They play at 1 AM on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Monday night, yeah. We'll do a watch along for that. Norway, Senegal. That'd be a good game. So that's I keep saying next Tuesday or next Wednesday, but really it's 1 AM Monday night. I call it Monday night unless I've been to bed. Here's Rabiot coming forward. Nick P says, Renard is the new Tunisian manager. You mean Chris Packham merged with Nigel Havers? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Thomas, SWFC, must be a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Thanks for the follow. And Guy as well. Kalo too, thanks for your follow. Is Deschamps leaving the French job after this World Cup? Am I right? What do you think about Rabiot? Hello? Alright, how did you do? Good. Oh, good stuff. Well done. See you tomorrow. Love you. Sorry, Seb had a game tonight. I normally go to all the games, but I'd have missed the France game, so it's only a friendly. Yeah, what do I think about Rabiot? I find it incredible that he's still starting for France, if I'm being completely honest, and I will always be honest on here. His mum's probably told Deschamps off. If you know, you know. But no, I don't really know why he plays for France still, because I mean Kante's still in the squad. Looking at their bench, you've got Aklikush, who is at Monaco, Barcola, PSG, Cherki, Man City, Digne, Gusto, Hernandez, Kante, Canate, Kone, Lacroix, Mateta, Rizza, Samba, Thuram, Zaire Emery. I mean, I personally think Kone and Zaire Emery would be better, but what do I know? 95 Trey says, what host nation goes the furthest? Well, I'm tempted to say USA, but Mexico do have quite a good run if they can top their group. I don't think we've had a shot on target yet, have we? In this first 15 minutes. Just watching Chimini, he has been linked to United. I think it's exactly the sort of player that we need, really. You know, a definitive, defensive-minded midfielder. That's going to go back through to the keeper. Andy says, I'm American and Mexico's going to go furthest. It does all depend on what happens during the knockout stage, doesn't it? AMC says, France already won it with Mbappe and he was fantastic. They got to the final in the last one too and he nearly won it for them again. Yeah, well, mate, I'm not going to dispute that, but it still stands that PSG couldn't win it with him, and Real Madrid are worse with him as well. So, you know, it doesn't make you exclusively right. It's a point. And it's a valid point, and a lot of people agree with that point. You know, Mbappe, is he world class? Yes. Is he a great team player? Maybe he's better for France than he is for Real Madrid and PSG. Andrew says, what do you think about Tuchel replacing Livramento with a centre-back? Yeah, I'm really disappointed for Livramento, actually. So he's out of the World Cup with an injury. So Chalobah has come in. Look, don't question Tuchel. There's always a method to it. But, I mean, Chalobah's not really a right-back, is he? Kaka says, Mark, your opinion about Mbappe is flawed. You know nothing about football. No, well, it can't be flawed, mate, can it? Because he left PSG, who couldn't win the Champions League, and they've won 2 in a row. And he joined Real Madrid, having just won the Champions League, and they've not been to 2 finals, have they? So it's not flawed. It's absolutely valid. You just don't like it. Fulham looking to sign Abeloa as manager, says Mr. Tomba. Evan, Galleria and Irish Kev, thanks for your follows on TikTok. Callum says, how are you? I'm very well. Hope you're doing well. Dylan says, I think France have got the best squad depth. They have an incredible squad, France. And what I like about France is I think they can win in different ways. I'll tell you what, though, Norway are going to need to beat Iraq because people say Norway are the dark horse of the tournament. But watching this first 20 minutes of France-Senegal, they have got really good teams. Like, Senegal are really well organised. You can see they're a good team. They're not like... shape-wise and quality-wise, they're good. And they're holding their own against France here. So that's going to be a very good game between Norway and Senegal. And what I'm saying is, you know, it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility that Senegal beat Norway and France. So they need to beat Iraq. It's a lovely ball in behind. And he will get there. Cross is not good enough, though. And it goes out for a goal kick from Ismail Sarr. It's a hard group. I think all three of them go through unless Iraq do something incredible. But it's about where you go through. No, you think about it. If you're France, you don't want to finish second or third. You want to finish top because you want to get the right draw. Becky says, how many games are going to be in Mexico? Becky, I can actually answer that question. If you give me a minute, I will work on that. Fatima, thanks for the follow, and Jack Morgan as well. Stats Bridge. Data Dean is going to find that out for you, Becky, and we'll hear from him in a minute. Please do share the video if you're on YouTube, by the way. We're on 9,992 followers, so please do share the video. First of 3 watch-alongs tonight, and we're building a great World Cup community here. I've just signed off to do another 2 watch-alongs that I wasn't going to do on Thursday, by the way. I wasn't going to do Mexico, South Africa at 2 a.m. Friday morning. I'm doing it now. And I wasn't going to do Canada, Qatar at 11 p.m. on Thursday night, but I'm doing that now as well. So we're actually getting more. We're actually doing more games, not less. Matty says, I'm not sure I'll be awake for the 2 a.m. one. I actually enjoy the games the later it goes. I think the chat gets a little bit more interesting and it feels a little bit more, dare I say, magical being up at like 1 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. It's like when we do the Super Bowl watch-alongs. Clutch Jones and Darren, thank you very much for your super chats there. I was trying to find out that answer to that question, which I will find out. I had a very interesting conversation with somebody about some content we're going to be doing next season on this channel. If only I could tell you. Only I could tell you. Well, I will be able to tell you at some point, but I can't tell you at the moment. Yeah, Kamara's done very well, the number 8 for Senegal. He was my man to watch for them. He's, I think he's 22, plays for Monaco. Don't know whether anyone's looking at signing him. I'm sure someone in the chat will say, yes, he's heading to Sunderland, Mark. But he's a decent player. I've seen, you know what? Fennec just said, one of our moderators, what do you think about Mexican waves? I've seen too many bloody Mexican waves, if I'm being honest. A bit slappy on the ball there, Senegal. You can't be losing the ball in this position. Good defensive cover, though, from Senegal. It was, you know who it was? Who was sloppy there? Diouf of West Ham. Twice. This is why I wouldn't bring him to Man United. I think he can be a little bit casual at times. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe. Good feet. But Senegal will bring it away. This is where I think they can get the most joy on the break. He's got to wait that pass, and he's done it well. But tell you what, Upamecano is the best defender on the pitch at the moment. It's very solid. It's definitely a valid point about him making PSG and Real Madrid worse, but there is something different when he plays for France. I completely agree. AMC. I think Mbappe's record in a French shirt, well, he's won it, and he got to the final of it, and he only lost it because of a penalty shootout, didn't he? And he scored a hat-trick in that final. So Mbappe in a French shirt is a little bit different. You're right. Oh, Mendy playing out from the back there. He nearly passed it straight to Mbappe, and it would have been an open goal. Alms says, I've never understood the Mbappe hype. His PR team are better than he is by far. I do think he's a good player. I do. Yeah. Right. Can we go to Data Dean about the Mexico games, please? Because we were asked a question about how many games there are going to be in America. In Mexico. Well, Mark, yeah, it's Data Dean here. We've got the Azteca. We've got the Monterrey Stadium, and we've also got another one called the Guadalajara Stadium as well. So if we go through each one of those first, the Guadalajara Stadium will have 4 games at the World Cup, and it's already had 1, so it's only got 3 left. Uruguay, Spain, Colombia, Congo, and Mexico against South Korea. The Azteca will have 5 games, it's already had 1, and it will have a round of 32 and a round of 16, which could be England against Mexico, 1 a.m. on the 5th of July. Shot! Oh, nearly a goal. Shut up, Dean. Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson has just hit a shot, and it nearly went in. And I tell you what, Senegal are getting some good joy out of this. Why haven't we had a drinks break? Is it 25 minutes to do a drinks break? It was a lovely ball through the channel. And he gets away from Upamecano. He gets the shot off. I think he hit the post. I think Maignan nearly got done on a front post glitch. He did. Maignan's very lucky there. Because if that had gone in, he would have looked a right prat. Got done on the front post, hit the post, and then hit the keeper. JMW says, I don't like the pitch. It looks horrendous, and this is where they're going to do the final. Water break, I think, is after this corner. Thank you very much, Lewis. Anyway, corner to Senegal. Not very good. And that, I think, will be a water break. Yeah. I thought he was calling someone a wanker. He went like that. It's not very nice, ref. You can't call Mbappe a wanker. He means water break, doesn't he? He's going like that. It's not the best hand movement. Could mean something else as well. There it is. Look at the MetLife Stadium. It's very impressive. A lot of New Yorkers don't like it. Yeah. Let me finish that story with Data Dean, by the way. I'll do it in a minute. I have to stretch. The hydration break's brilliant for me because it is my opportunity to stretch. You've got to get your stretches in the World Cup, especially when you've got to do 3 games. I've got a bit of a routine. I do 3 squats, a big stretch, 1 knee up, just 1, and then I sit back down. Yeah, I do have a bit of a routine. I'm having a coffee before the second game, and that'll get me through then. Don't have your coffee in the third game. That'll keep you awake when you want to go to bed. Don't have your coffee for this game because it'll run out in the third game. Have your coffee at the start of the second game, and it'll keep you going. Need a water break for the pitch, says Cron. I'm sure England played in Guadalajara in Mexico 86, says Kenneth. Ike says, Livramento did not deserve to be anywhere near that team in the first place. Hall brings something different and dynamic. He would be a big miss for England. They could have called him up, you're right. Wahid and Dominic and Hale, thanks for your follows on TikTok. Mitch and Emmanuel as well. France's manager playstyle is so boring. I think he underachieved with this golden generation, says Beltier. Well, they did win a World Cup. I think Deschamps is really boring, actually. And Bibhorse says 12:30, 3:30 and 6:30 in India. With you all the way. That's an all-nighter. Thanks, pal. Sam says, I totally get everyone can have their opinion, Mark, but the Tuchel hate is so forced. Get behind the team. We should have learnt that by now. I don't hate Tuchel. I love it. I'm loving England. I am. I think you're talking about everybody else, aren't you? Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow. Mojo's in the chat. I think Mojo's flying in the chat, actually. Safe travels. Becky said how many games are going to be in Mexico. Van Heck to Spurs seems to happen. Deal agreed, says Mr. Tom. So let's go back to Data Dean. So there's going to be... The answer to the question is there's going to be 4 games in Guadalajara, Becky. There's going to be 5 games in the Azteca. The last one being a round of 16 game, which could be England against Mexico. And then the Monterrey Stadium is going to have 4 games. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13. There'll be 13 games in Mexico altogether. And the Monterrey Stadium is the beautiful stadium with the mountain in the background, which hosted Sweden-Tunisia, which most of us didn't see. So beautiful stadium, 5 goals. I didn't see that game, so I don't think I'll get to see it because Japan-Tunisia is the next one, which is 5 a.m. South Africa, South Korea. The round of 32, I'll probably see that, which is 29th of June. Anyway, we're back up and running here, and we've got a long throw-in about to happen from Senegal. I mean, it should be booked. You only get 5 seconds for a throw-in. He's taken 4.5 minutes. Ba-dum-dum-tsh. I think Mexico-Korea will be the best game. I think it'll be a very good game. I'm looking forward to it on Thursday. There's some good games this week. Sweden, Netherlands on Saturday. Ivory Coast, Germany on Saturday. As I mentioned, I think Senegal, Norway will be good. Messi or Ronaldo? We're not doing that, Ogre. That will put me to sleep. That sort of boring conversation will put me to sleep. Senegal on the attack again. It's a good ball. And it's a shot over the bar by Sarr. Marge says, who do you think will get the most goals in the World Cup? Mbappe, Haaland or Yamal? Well, it'll be Mbappe or Haaland. I can't see Yamal outscoring those two. What do you think about Chalobah getting called up, says Rajaf? I mean, I suppose a lot of it's about who's on holiday and who's kept themselves fit and available, isn't it? You know, asking Lewis Hall or to be on standby when he's disappointed. Maybe he's just gone for... Maybe he's just said to a couple of players, keep yourself fit, you know, for the next week or so, and Chalobah was one of them. Are you worried about De Zerbi at Spurs at all, says Sam? No, because that would mean doing the unorthodox thing of being scared of Spurs, which I don't think anybody could ever do. So, would you ever try YouTuber boxing, says Ben? I wouldn't have thought. I would love to do. I love the sport, but YouTuber boxing's all about beef, isn't it? I wouldn't be bothered. I'd never do boxing for that. I think that's just stupidity. But I do like boxing in the sense of athlete against athlete, which isn't YouTuber boxing. When your mates across the pub drink, mate, drink, says Odie Grass. Thank you very much. Musty and David and Efran and D White, thanks for your follows on TikTok. Legends, sir. What is a question I don't know the answer to. What is the World Cup goal record for the Golden Boot? Consciousness says, laugh out loud, Spurs beat United in a European final. we finished third and you finished fourth from bottom this year, mate. Live in the real world. If you want to play the History Channel as well, how many trebles have you got? How many Champions Leagues have you got? How many Premier Leagues have you won? Oh, but you beat us. Oh, but we beat you in the Europa League. Oh, did you? Did you really? Oh, beat you in the Europa League final. Oh, God, you must be better than us. We've won 13 Premier Leagues. We've won 3 Champions Leagues. We finished third and you finished fourth from bottom, but you beat us in the Europa League. You hold on to those memories, mate. You hold on to them. Mark versus Ricky boxing, says James. Where do you see the Premier League in 10 years, says T. Crow. Well, it will still be here, won't it? Aaron says, you missed my fun fact super chat. I'll go and find it. And Uriel says, thoughts on the pace of play during the World Cup? Less rolling around, lots of ball in play. Also, I'm from Kansas, hoping to find Cobby for an autograph. James says, do you mow your own lawn? I feel that's a metaphor. Aaron. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this. Would you rather face Darth Vader or Rabiot's mum, says Marge. I mean, I think apparently Rabiot's mum drives a hard bargain. TJ says, what are your thoughts on Mbappe up top? Well, look, I think France, in a way, and we'll have to see if it works, but, you know, you look at Elise in a Bayern shirt, gets a lot more of the ball. You look at Dembele and Doué in a Bayern shirt, in a PSG shirt, they get a lot more of the ball. Sometimes you throw everybody together, don't you? Maybe France would be a better team with a Cherki at 10 and leave one of those out. Grand Prairie Cobra says, I think France will do a Spain and fall on their ass. Sam says, early shout, Mark, but this is looking like it could be the best game of the tournament so far. So it's Sam's fault. It's gone a bit flat, 35 minutes in. Nick P says, oh, we did that one about the lookalikes. So, right, let me have a quick look at my bet builder. We are sponsored by Bull Sports. Links in the description, or you can scan the QR code as it goes round. So bet builder is where you put a few things together in one bet. I had France to win, Michael Elise to score at any time, over 3.5 goals, over 8.5 corners, and Kalidou Koulibaly to be booked. And typically, at the moment, this looks like it might be a quite tight game. But don't forget, Bull Sports have added a 50% bet boost on top, which you can also get. Back yourself with Bull Sports, 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the video description and through the QR code. I did ask you that question as well about how many goals France scored in 2002. I'll tell you that at half time, but I've got another question for you. Senegal's keeper Mendy won the Champions League with Chelsea in 2021. Which French midfielder was man of the match in the same final against Man City? And he is part of the French squad still. Brian says, I think Mbappe is going to be a new man under Mourinho. Grand Prairie says, what are France doing? Match fixing like Spain. They're up against, I'll tell you what they're doing. They're up against a good team, mate. That's a shit ball, though. Mohammed says, what's your schedule tomorrow? I'll tell you at half time. Let's get through tonight first. Norway's take a bow at 11 o'clock against Iraq, and then it's the holders Argentina. Do the holders always play last? I don't think they do. I don't think that's a thing, is it? What's your England starting 11 tomorrow night, says Matthew, who clearly didn't watch my preview on the channel today. I would go with, obviously, Pickford in goal, Reece James, O'Reilly fullbacks, Konsa and Gahey, Rice and Anderson, Rodgers, Rashford, Saka and Kane. But I think Rashford will be on the bench. I think Rodgers will be on the bench. I think Konsa will be on the bench as well. What is England's biggest weakness this World Cup, says Clark. Lovely ball into the flank. Saliba gets there, goes for a goal kick. England's biggest weakness is Harry Kane. If anything happens to Harry Kane, we're in big trouble. And also, if we don't get the best out of Harry Kane, we're in trouble. So, as we saw with Southgate, I don't think he ever really understood how to use Kane when you look at how Kane plays for Bayern. So we've got to get the best out of Kane. Spain have only won 3 games since winning the World Cup in 2010, says Vipul. Good interception by Rabiot. Goes up for a throw-in. Denise says, not those memories, that memory, Mark. Thank you very much. This game needs Cherky, says Brian. Down the right-hand side again for Senegal. And he's done well. And he was caught late. I don't think there's much of an offside. Referee has let the game go here. I think that should have been a foul and a free kick. I don't think there was much of an advantage there. But now, down the right-hand side, Elise into... They've got options here. This could be a chance for France. Cuts it back. Terrible cutback. That was by Koundé. And the Senegal player is still down. I think he should have given a free kick here. He literally stands on his foot. So I think it should have been a foul and a yellow card. Ta-da, it's Sar, says Endum. It's back 3 tomorrow night, Mark, against Croatia, says Kylie. Sunderland have more players at the World Cup than Real Madrid, was my fact, says Aaron. I have heard that before, so I do agree with you. True Gent says, can't understand why Tonali wants Spurs. Maybe it's his only option. And Ryan says, just wanted to say a big shout out to my neighbour for lending me her big plastic sheet. Thanks, Pauline. Thank you. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, Ryan, actually. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. Thanks, everybody who's watching. We've got nearly 12,000 watching on YouTube. Please do share the video. Bit of a break here, 5 minutes from half time because of an injury to a Senegal player. He's back on his feet. Sarr, who is quite injury prone. I think he's saying he should have got a free kick, and I think he should have done, but let it go, bro. Look, I'd say when you are the big team like Spain or France, you know, the obligation on you is to be the big team. So I think that he's letting... I tell you what, this ref, I quite like him. He lets everything go. But Senegal are doing well. Tell you what, who is this referee? Because he just wants to let the game flow big time. I don't think he believes in fouls. I think he thinks he's refereeing rugby. Anyway, it's a chance for France to put a crossing. See what I mean about the France kit? I do like the blue pattern. I just can't, I don't like the collar. Looks a bit shit. Headed away, and Senegal will clear that away. Good tackle as well. France getting a little bit closer to the Senegal goal here. I needed to talk there. My mouth was filling with air. I'm going to pass out. There was something I wanted to do, that's why. Cross into the box. And Kalidou Koulibaly pockets Firmino and Mane. Well, he can't pocket Mane because they play on the same team. We have had, let's have a look at the stats. We've had no shots on goal from France and one from Senegal. But this is the 5th corner. If you've got a corner bet on. Retired, thanks for your follow on TikTok. Diaz as well. Actually, it was a goal kick. Greetings from Turkey, says Hez. Greetings, sir. FIFA, please bring this refereeing to the PGMOL, says Uriel. Referee is Bashar Al-Assad, says the true gent. Mark, who is best team at Emirates, France or Senegal, says Ali. And apparently, Cronkies want the Emirates redevelopment to be inspired by the SoFA, which is also owned by them. Arsenal have only just had a new kit stadium. What are they on about? David, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And hi, Mark. Would you do watch-alongs for the Man United All or Nothing? It would be funny and interesting to see your reaction. I mean, I might do Man United, but we are over a year away from that. So there's plenty of time to decide whether we're going to do that or not. Done well there. Good defending by Senegal. They don't panic, do they? They're quite... I've been impressed with how... Similar with Ivory Coast, like very, very, very calm on the ball. Composed. Good to see. Brody, thanks for the follow. And Marika as well. 6 minutes added on here. 3 of them... or we will always get 3 minutes added on because of the... water break. So there's always, you always start with 3 because of the water break. I'm sure you've all figured that one out. They're sort of cancelling each other out a little bit here, aren't they, these two? Oh, good play by Rabiot. Now there's a bit of space for Dembele. Goes wide to Doué, and it's a bad pass. And this is the thing, you know. Just getting that pass wrong there stops it. Stops the break. Good play by Saliba. They are cancelling each other out. Babatunde says it's the most boring game of the tournament. I think it's an intriguing game, to be honest. Because the jeopardy is high. Lanky says, I've not been watching, I'm more engaged with you. That's the great thing about the watch-alongs. I am looking forward to Argentina because Algeria will give them a good game. But also, as holders of the tournament, they are the South American team with the most authority. I don't really think Brazil are massive favourites, to be honest with you. So I'm interested to see Argentina, and they're the holders as well. He's done well there, but again, this France defence is hard to penetrate. Senegal look good, but France's bench has some quality players too, says Ashi. To be honest, I don't think that the Senegal bench ain't got no slouch. I mean, look, you've got Njai of Everton. I think he's a player that can certainly make a difference from the bench. You've got Diao of Como, who's only 20. You've got Mbaye of PSG, who's only 18. These are all Senegal options from the bench. You've got, I mean, I don't know much about this lad at all. I've never heard of him. There's another Njai who is who's a midfielder on the bench. He's only 18. He's from Bayern Munich. So, and obviously Sarr at Spurs. Papa Sarr. So, you know, they've got options themselves. Is there a team in the World Cup you don't want to win, says James? I don't want France to win the World Cup. I don't want Spain to win the World Cup. I would love... England need to win it, and will win it, because it's coming home. But if England don't win it, I would love to see somebody win it that's never won it before. Club says, I don't want Argentina to win it. Yeah, I mean, I think that goes without saying. But look, it's only the first game of the tournament. We saw Spain, was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before, wasn't it? And, you know, they struggled. France aren't creating a lot either. Portugal have never won it. I wouldn't mind them winning it, yeah. Moz says Argentina are going to win it again. Well, if you're staying up till 2 o'clock with me to watch it, it's our first glimpse of them. I'm excited to see what they're all about. Croatia ain't winning it, Storm. I was looking at that. I did the preview on the channel today, and Croatia ain't winning it. It's a long tournament in a hot climate, and they've got a lot of players over 30. I mean, they've got Modric is actually 40. Good play here into the box. Oh, score! You bloody idiot! Who is that? Who has missed that? Seriously, who has missed that? That's the chance, isn't it? And that's the chance. That's the bloody chance. And guess who it is again? Bloody Sarr. Ismaili Sarr. Tadar, it's Sarr. How's he missed this? Lovely cut across the box. Why not? Why haven't you hit it with your left? What's your left for? Standing. Hit it with your fucking left. Oh, man. So what he's done is, the cross has come across the 6-yard box, and as he's running towards it, instead of hitting it with his left, laces, he's tried to move his body to pass it in with his right. I'd sub him. I'd sub him off for that. Right on half time as well. I will sub him off for that. That is a terrible, terrible miss. They're all patting him on the back. It's a rubbish miss. I'm sorry. I'm not, you know, I remember this happening to me in a semi-final when I was 15. And it was 1-1 in the last minute, and it was going to go to extra time, and it went across the 6-yard box, and our striker slipped and missed, and then he got up and smiled, and I went, what are you smiling about? We've all got to play half an hour more because of you. You should have won it, and the game would be over. I'm sorry, no, and all the way over to the manager, people were saying, calm down. I was like, no, I'm not getting over it. I'm not having it. He's a fucking idiot. That was a massive chance. I'm not even Senegalese. That pass... That was brilliant play by Senegal. That should be a goal. It's a disgrace of a miss. You're absolutely right. Absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Anyway, half time. Have I stopped the clock? No. There we are. 0-0 at half time. Not been a game full of chances, to be honest with you. But I think Senegal have looked very good on the break. I mean, they're definitely playing that tactic of, you know, drawing France in, well organised, and then looking to counter. And as I said, I think, you know, I know we've still got 45 minutes of this game to go. But... and I see what people mean about the pitch. It doesn't look nice, does it? But he's playing all right. I think Norway-Senegal, the next game, will look very good. Very good, because it should be a little bit more open. But, you know, this is not a bad way to play against France. Compact and counter. And I've been impressed with Senegal. They're doing their job. Tamil says, what's the cure for depression? This community, probably, you know, talking with people, feeling part of something. Definitely, no, but, you know, definitely talking about, acknowledging your mental health is very important, Tamil. That's a terrible miss in a strategic minute, says Hazard. I know. Ashish says, I'd want Portugal to win it for Bruno and, of course, Cristiano. Portugal first, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Portugal. And don't forget, tomorrow night, I feel like I should... That would be a great advert, wouldn't it? Cut to Gary at New York. Hey, everybody. Don't forget tomorrow night. Hydration break. Will be a bloody hydration break. 9 p.m. tomorrow night. It's coming home. England. Can't wait for that. Very excited. Definitely excited about that. People talk about Rooney having a shave and fake tan. I haven't actually seen Rooney yet. I'll keep an eye out. Do you think Norway has got a chance in the group, says Flatfish? Well, I think France and Senegal look good. So Norway cannot do a Spain and drop points against Iraq. I'm not writing Iraq off. I'm not writing Iraq off, but they've got to beat them. If they didn't beat them, they'd put themselves under a bit of pressure. Yeah. What's for tea? I've already had it, Kedge. It was sweet potato mash, a really nice salad, and some beautiful chicken thighs in it that were marinated. Really good, really good. Not the US either. They're like Arsenal fans, says Danny. Senegal look good, but France's bench has some quality. I've done that from Ashish as well. That miss cured my depression. Now I'm just angry, says Marge. Thank you very much. Grant and Aziz, thanks for the follow on TikTok, and everybody who's tuning in over there. On YouTube, please click and subscribe. I'm just going to say this because we're going to be pushing this over the next few weeks. We really want to hit 1.5 million during the World Cup. I mean, that's a big moment for this community on YouTube. So please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it's free to do it. Bottom right-hand corner, click and subscribe. If you have subscribed, please share the video. And if you're new, subscribe. So thanks everyone who's getting involved. We are doing 3 watch-alongs tonight. This is our first. The little break at 10 o'clock. And then we're back at 11 for Norway, Iraq. That's Boston. And then 1 a.m., a little break again. And then we start at 2 a.m. for Argentina, Algeria. And then that's the first round of games done. We've got, we start again tomorrow, don't we? No, it's not the, no, shut up. You're wrong. It's not the first round of games done because England haven't played yet, and neither have Colombia, and neither have Portugal. That's tomorrow. So yes, Argentina, Algeria. Are you hardcore? At what point are you dropping out? Are you going all the way through till 4 a.m.? Or, well, let us know where you are in the world, actually. But in the UK, it'll be 4 a.m. But we're ready to go. I've got my coffee break at 10 o'clock. That'll kick in, and we'll be fine. Actually, I tried out something today. Somebody messaged me and said, don't have... Because I'm getting about 5 hours sleep, and then I'm getting up. Because I'm not getting to bed until like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And I can't sleep past 10 o'clock. So I'm getting about 5 hours sleep. And then what I'm doing is I'm sort of like 2 o'clock, I'm going to bed and having like an hour or two. Somebody said, you can't do that. It's not good for you. Have a nap. I said, well, that's what I'm doing. And apparently a nap is no more than half an hour because you don't go into deep sleep. But I'm like, half an hour is nothing. That's rubbish. I'd rather not bother. So what's your nap strategy for this World Cup? I personally think a couple of hours is all right. But apparently it's not great for you. I don't know. I feel great for it. Okay, let me just get back to the chat. There we go. Savage, thanks for your follow on TikTok. Mystique wants Turkey on. Yeah, well, I do agree with you with that. I think what I would say about France is hydration break. What I would say about France is that they're not really creating anything. So I think Doué, Dembele, Elise, Mbappe is all a little bit too much flair and not enough technicality in the creative. So I actually do agree with the bringing on Cherki would be a good idea. Also, wouldn't mind seeing Manu Kone on as well. I don't think Rabiot offers. I mean, this is just typical Deschamps, though. His midfield is too defensive and his attack is too much flair. There's not a balance in that midfield. You know, Tchouaméni can do the defensive stuff. Manu Kone can be the engine, and then Cherki can be the creator. So, Gareth says, "What do you think about Trent being snubbed again?" Well, he was always getting snubbed, wasn't he? I mean, he was never going to get called out, was he? Are there any spots on the Kings League? Says Jay. I don't know. What's your favourite Michael Jackson songs and thoughts on the Man United Amazon documentary? Says Red Devil. Not a big fan of Michael Jackson songs, to be honest. The Man United Amazon documentary be very interesting. Hopefully, it sparks United into doing something. 5 a.m. to watch Austria-Jordan, by the way. Those 5 a.m. games are incredible. Wazza looking healthier on TV. Good to see, says Daniel. I think he's had a shave, hasn't he? Hello, nice to meet you. I subscribed. It's fun, says TK Moon. What a lovely message. Thanks for subscribing. Thoughts on Ollie to Ipswich as manager? Not confirmed, but looking likely, says Fred. Mate, I love Ollie. He's a legend of United, but as a coach, I don't rate him. And you're going to get relegated, aren't you? So, I mean, it's a hard job to take. This might be the most competitive World Cup ever, says Mariam. I hope so. Yeah. John says it's already 5 a.m. where I am and I'm watching a draw. Thank you so much. And Ultimate Dishwasher says, I hope you've had a good day. Which French player would you take to slot in this current England team? Elise. Easy. Flora says, snubbing Hall and Maguire proves sabotage in my opinion. Tuchel's on the screen here now. Raf says, I think the water breaks are letting teams adjust and leading to draws. I just realised what I haven't done that I'm meant to do at half time, and I apologise. I need to tell you the schedule for the next few days. So, obviously, we're live at the moment for France against Senegal. 11 o'clock, we're doing Iraq against Norway tonight. And then 2 a.m., we're doing Argentina, Algeria. 5 a.m, Austria playing Jordan. We're not doing that. Tomorrow, Portugal against Congo at 6 o'clock. We'll be live for that. And then it's the big one. 9 p.m, England, Croatia. We will be here. Ghana play Panama at midnight. I won't be doing that because I'll have had a few drinks. And then Uzbekistan against Colombia at 3 a.m. Yeah, I won't be doing that either. 5 p.m. on Thursday is Czech Republic, South Africa. We'll do that. 8 p.m. is Switzerland, Bosnia at 8 p.m. We'll do that. Canada, Qatar at 11 p.m. I wasn't going to do, but I am. And then Mexico against South Korea at 2 a.m. I wasn't going to do, but I am. The weekend is really good. Friday night, 8 o'clock, United States, Australia, we're doing that. And then 11 p.m, Scotland, Morocco, we're doing that. And then 1:30, Brazil, Haiti, we're doing that. We won't be doing Turkey against Paraguay at 4 a.m. Turkey have been done bad with their kickoff times. And then Saturday, Netherlands against Sweden at 6, we're doing that. Germany, Ivory Coast at 9. We're doing that. So 2 really good games on Saturday night that I'm looking forward to. And then Sunday, it's Spain against Saudi Arabia at 5. Surely Spain will win that. I just can't dig this BBC set. It must be depressing being there. So look, it's a green screen. Yeah. Sandman says, I think that's the worst half of the World Cup so far. And Love Me on TikTok says, I think France attack is overrated. Tob says, what do you think about the game? I think the chat is the win. I think the chat we're having is great. I think the game is... I can't knock Senegal. I think the way they're playing is absolutely fine. But so I've just got to send this message. But for France, you expect a little bit more. Is it the 17th tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, you never guess what happened to me today. I've got an Audi, right? And I don't know whether anyone else has got an Audi, but I've got an Audi, and the front tyres bought. This story is really boring. I was interested in it, and I'm not interested. You're not going to be interested. I'm not telling it. Sorry, that's rubbish. It's a rubbish story. I should apologise. I don't know why I got excited about it. Best dictator in the game, Mbappe or Al Assad. Thank you very much. Hope you have had a good day. Done that one from Ultimate Dishwasher. Oh, by the way, thanks for all the super chats on YouTube. I think we've read all those out. Over 12,000 watching. Please click and subscribe. What's that pitch underneath? Is that a green screen underneath, or is there actually a football pitch in there? Because that looks stupid as well. Sorry, I'm just digging out the BBC set here. I'm just disappointed they're not in. You know, I have never. I don't know whether. I'll tell you what. I'm going to have a rant here. I'm going to do it. Sod it. I will do it. Right. I respect the BBC. I grew up on it. You know, Des Lynam, Match of the Day, Football Focus. I respect. McFad. Matt says that's part of the green screen as well. They change it for every game. What? Why would you have a green screen of a fucking football pitch in the cellar and change it? Oh my God. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, I respect the BBC. I have done, you know, all my life, but I'm disappointed with them in this World Cup, because normally in the UK you've got the BBC and ITV, and they share the games, right? I can't hear what they're saying at half time, and I'm glad, because I get to chat with you lot, but I do get to see it. And I get really depressed when I look at the BBC and their green screen background, and I get really happy when I see the ITV and the Brooklyn Bridge and the river, and you know, the reality of it. It's just kicking the shit out of it, basically. Anyway, second half kicks off. No substitutes at all. I tell you what, it's not looking great for me and my bet builder, is it? I'm a bit of a jinx here. I hope you're doing. If you are doing a bet builder, we are sponsored by Boyle Sports, and there's a £50 boost for when you do one. Bet builder is a bet where you have lots of different things that need to happen. I've got France to win, Elise to score at any time, over 3.5 goals, over 8.5 corners, and Kalidou Koulibaly to be booked. With this referee, Koulibaly could grab Mbappe, do the tombstone on him, and get a high five. He won't even get booked. So it's not going great for me at the moment, but there is still 45 minutes to go here. Let's see how I am doing at full time. I also gave you a couple of questions as part of our Boyle Sports sponsorship. I asked you, in 2002, France had a crap World Cup, having won it in '98. How many goals did they score in their 3 group games? None. Scored no goals as holders in 3 group games, and they went out bottom of their group. Question 2. Senegal's goalkeeper Mendy won the Champions League with Chelsea in 2021. There was a French midfielder in the Chelsea team who won man of the match that day and is on the bench for France today. Who is it? Of course, it's Kante. And a quick reminder, don't forget, Bull Sports are giving a free £5 bet builder for the England game tomorrow. So you can put a free £5 bet on or a €5 bet if you're in Ireland. Just log into Boyle Sports and opt in to claim yours. Or if you haven't signed up for Boyle Sports yet, just hit the link in the description and sign up to claim or scan the QR code and get your £5 free bet builder for tomorrow. 18 plus only, new UK and Ireland customers. Terms and conditions are in the description and on the screen. Thanks to Boyle Sports. Douay shoots wide. Edge of the box. Well, at least it was a shot. At least it was a shot. Leon, thanks for the follow. Jack Norris, thanks for the follow. And Sam Williams as well on TikTok. Thanks for your follow. Cully says USA are better than France. I said 3-1 here. Sorry, I probably will be stretching a lot more tonight because I'm aching a lot. Me back. Oh. You know how many keep-ups I did yesterday? Oh, someone in the chat's going to say it didn't happen, but why would I lie? 336. My record is 612. The hardest thing, the reason I mess up when I get to about 300 is boredom, really. Not done the clock. I've done the wrong clock. I've done the United Stand clock. Won't be using that for a while. Oh, what have I done here? Here we are. What are we on? We're on 48 and 23. Wait till I hit 430. There we go. Wouldn't people moan if the Beeb started splashing out on elaborate coverage, spending our licence fees and all that? Karens would be out in force. Yes, Nick, they would. And then they moan about that. I'll tell you what, I'll get on my phone and I'll do 300 keep-ups for you just to prove I can do it. I'll do it on a live stream, actually. I'll go in my garden and I'll do it. You can try a nappuccino in the afternoon for a burst of energy. Saw it on the Diary of a CEO and they explained the science behind it. Yeah, but how long, one and only? How long is it? That's the only thing I want to know is how long is it and whether it's something I want to try. Because some people say 30 minutes is... You can't do any more than 30 minutes because if you nap into a deep sleep, it causes more problems. Mark, you should buy one of those massage chairs for your back, says James. Danny says, start, bench, sell. Vinicius Jr., Elise, Kvaratskhelia. I like it. I'll sell. Well, I'm starting Elise. At the moment, I'm actually going to bench Kvaratskhelia and sell Vinny. But that's a tough one, that. That's probably one of the best start bench sells I've heard recently. JH says, do a 20-minute nap or do a full sleep cycle of about 90 minutes. You know what annoys me about these 30-minute naps? It assumes you're somebody that when your head hits the pillow, you go to sleep. I don't go to sleep. And I don't know about everybody else, but you know when people says have a 30-minute nap, I know 25 minutes of it, I'll be thinking I need to go to sleep, and I won't go to sleep. I can't. When does the nap start? From when you go to sleep? Because I will not go to sleep straight away. If I know I've only got half an hour to have a nap, I will spend 25 minutes of it going, I can't get to sleep, I can't get to sleep. When I hear Koulibaly, I keep thinking of your song, says Alden. Kalidou Koulibaly. Pockets Firmino and Marnie. I can't remember the rest of the words. France break away here. Douay. 4v4. This is where the 4v4 should work because it's Dembele, Elise and Douay and Mbappe Loses the ball. I mean, this is the trouble with France. They've had opportunities and they've wasted them. He's got to slip him in. And it's good play there by Saliba, last man. No team has played better than the US. Maybe Morocco, says Just Pasty. I thought Ivory Coast played well. Yeah. Gabby, thanks for the follow on TikTok. And Cheleba as well. And Taco. Rarrell says, I think Tchouameni is a limited footballer. He's a good midfielder, but isn't elite. He is slow in transitions and an average passer, and I'm a Madrid fan. I've heard, mate, I was talking about this on the United stand earlier, and I said a few Real Madrid fans would actually agree with what you've said there, that, you know, good defensively, but limited offensively. David Fraser and David Ojogu and KC, thanks for your follows. You're looking forward to England, Mark? Mate, I've loved this World Cup. I'm loving the watch-alongs. I'm loving the times. I'm loving the stadiums. The football isn't always great, but, you know, the chat's brilliant. I'm enthusiastic about this World Cup anyway, but I'm telling you what, when we get England... Goal! Great save, Mendy. That was the chance. Elise was running at the final man. He got past him. He got the shot off. And I thought, that's going to be a goal. And it's a great save by Mendy. And finally, France got in a situation where Elise could do some damage. Up against Kalidou Koulibaly. Slips it past him. Great save, Mendy. That really, I think, should and would have been 1-0. Good save. Game's coming alive a little bit now. I promise you 30 minutes naps somehow works, says Keel. I know, but how do I get to sleep? Give me some tactics for getting to sleep. It's like you can bring everything back to football though, can't you? You can. Well, you can bring everything back to football. I've done it loads of times. You know, if like, I mean, this has never happened to me, but you know, if you like, you're in a relationship with someone you really like, and you find out they've cheated on you with somebody who's better looking than you, and you confront them and they say it's true and I'm leaving you. Ronaldo, when he left to Real Madrid from Man United, it's exactly the same thing. Great save by Mendy. I'd actually say that probably hurt more. I promise you those work. Counting sheep jumping over a fence. I tell you what somebody told me, and I don't know whether it helps me get to sleep, but it does relax your mind. You know, like if your mind's all over the place. This is quite a good one. Hold on. Senegal on the attack. Slips him in. Good defending again by Upamecano. Nicholas Jackson. Somebody told me this. I don't really think it helps you go to sleep because it does make your mind do something, but it's good at taking your mind off other stuff. So basically think of a word like traitor, and then what you do is you take every letter of traitor and you come up with another word. So you go T for Tom, R for reverb, A for apple, I for island, T for train, O for orange, and R for rat. And then rat's your new word. So R for radio, A for I'm falling asleep already. So you just do that. And your mind's just focused on that. It takes it away from everything else. You've got to pick a word that you know how to spell, though, because otherwise you just get angry with yourself. Ooh, final ball not quite right to slip Nicholas Jackson in there. Paul Govia, hope you're doing well, says, hi Mark, I'm pretty sure sleep cycles are 45 minutes long, so allowing 2 hours, 25 to 30 minutes to settle and sleeping for 1.5 hours is spot on. Yeah, I normally have 2 hours. That's what I normally do, and it does take me a little bit to get off. Harold, thanks for your follow on TikTok, and Monaco as well. Score prediction, England and Croatia. I actually think it might be 1-1. I think it might be a little bit like this game. Two decent teams. First game of the tournament. You don't want to lose. Elise, this has got to be a goal. It's another great save by Mendy. He's done it again. Mbappe slipped through one-on-one. And it's another great save by Mendy. France have had two very good chances here in the last 2 minutes. And they've won a corner now. Doué Dembele sounds like Chucky chant in the Child's Plays movie, says Blakey. Hi Mark, military power nap position, leg up the wall. What? Patrick, what the hell is that? The military or Navy SEAL power nap uses a simple legs up the wall position to reset your energy in just 8 to 10 minutes. Elevating your legs above your heart promotes blood flow back to the core, which reduces swelling, calms the nervous system and helps you relax quickly. Lie flat on the floor and place your legs straight up against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Alternatively, you can lie on the floor and prop your lower leg up on a chair. Set a strict timer for 8 to 10 minutes. Waking up within this window prevents you from slipping into deeper sleep cycles and waking up groggy. Yeah, I ain't going to sleep in fucking 8 minutes with my legs up against a wall. Penalty. He's given a goal kick. Wow. That's a penalty for me. Stone wall. That is a penalty, surely. Referee. I tell you what, if he's made a good call here. No, that's a penalty. That's a penalty for France. Unless he's dived. Is there a dive? VAR check, possible penalty. I think it's a penalty. It can only not be given if they think he's dived. There's no contact on the ball. Don't know what's going on here. Yeah, he's going to have a look at it. Yeah, he's going to have a look at it. So I think it gets given. I mean, it can only be if it's a dive, and I don't think it is a dive. I think he's got a right to go down. Let's have a look. Well, that's not the angle, though, is it? Yeah, you can see. Yeah, you can see the kick on the leg. Yeah, it's a trip. It's a penalty, that is, isn't it? You can't call it a dive when there's contact. I think that's a penalty. Yeah, he's got to give a penalty. Fair play to the ref, though. He has tried to let the game flow. Senegal are going to protest and walk off, says Vish. Thinking is the worst. Let your mind roam and sleep, says Odegrass. And blue light glasses after 7 p.m. does wonders, says Fritz. Here is a trick too for calming the mind. I wonder what I'm going to think about next, says Chachi. No, that's a penalty. That is a penalty because Mbappe doesn't simulate a dive. His foot gets hit Not giving it. Well, look, I'm sorry. I'm absolutely convinced that's a penalty. We will run a poll. I thought he'd given it. I'm sat there all smug going, he's got to give it, he's got to give it, and he's not giving it. Look, I've played the game, and Mbappe is jumping over the tackle, and the leg of the Senegal player hits his leg behind him and takes him down. I don't understand why that's not a penalty, but look, makes the game a little bit more interesting. You've got a poll. Do you think it was a penalty or not? Augie says he barely touches the ball last millisecond. Well, look, it's better for the game that it's not a penalty, but I thought it was. Good decision, says Rayril on TikTok. Never a penalty. That was so soft, says Steve. A lot of people saying not a penalty. Senegal won't walk off because it went their way. But look, France have been better in this second half. They've had two big chances, very good saves by Mendy. I mean, Mendy probably would have saved the penalty anyway. He's made 2 worldies already in this game. I don't like the balance of this France team, though. If they're going to win this World Cup, I do think they're going to have to change their midfield balance. Not a big fan of that. Tell you what, though, as well, fair play. What I will say is, fair fucks to the referee, because he's not giving it, and then VAR's told him to go and look at it, and he's still not giving it. Now, in the Premier League, if you go and look at it, you know you're giving it. So, you know, what I will say is, I think the refereeing's been brilliant in this World Cup, and fair play to him for sticking to what he wants, despite what they're saying in the VAR room. So I think we all know that when it gets given, when they tell you to go and look at it in the Premier League, you know it's going to get given. So fair play to him for sticking to his decision, says Ash. Exactly. I'll tell you what, Elise is starting to find a lot of space, and he plays it in again to Mbappe, and Mendy's there again. But this is France. This is France. Elise getting space. And this would have been a great goal. Slips it through to Mbappe. Lovely way to pass. Unlucky. How long can Senegal hold on here? Because France are knocking on the door. That's a lovely ball into the channel, though, by Senegal. He's got to attack the box here. And that'll be a goal kick. Great to see the ref disagree with VAR for a change. I think that was the best decision for the game at large, says K. Dirk. Yeah. Alan Noonan says penalty all day long. 55% if you say it was a penalty, 45% not. So it's obviously a debate point. Apparently the ref said Mbappe initiated the contact, says Carl. Is that a penalty in the Premier League, says Odd Mart. Well, it is, yeah, because he'd have given it. He'd have not given it, then the VAR would have said, take a look at it, and then the ref would have changed his mind. J Generation says, I listen to the United stand to help me sleeping. Well, you know, thanks, great for that. Here we are again. Good block. It's all France at the moment. Constantine says, not only is it not a penalty, it's a clear dive. Ethan FCS, thanks for your follow on TikTok. If you are watching on TikTok, please do give us a follow. Thank you. We will be live for the Norway-Iraq game, and then 2 a.m. If you're pulling in a late one, I will be there. I'll be there. Just tune in on TikTok, and I'll be there.
Oh my God! What is going on? Oh my God! Passing out from the back and it's 2-2. It's like a bloody comedy show. Who's in goal? Ricky Gervais. That's a fucking joke. What are you doing?
Oh God.
It's a gift.
Basically. Goal! Shit! Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute... How many times have I done that? Goal, Mbappe. Oh, I'm fuming. Absolutely fuming. Well, look, it has been coming. That France goal has been coming. They have been very good. Second half, they've gone up a gear. They were not like this in the first half at all. Elise, what a ball. Mbappe on the turn. I mean, that's basically the fear of everybody in this World Cup is the Elise-Mbappe connection. And it's a fantastic goal. It's a fantastic assist. And it has been coming second half, whether we like it or not. France have had numerous chances before that. They could have had a penalty. Mendy made 2 very good one-on-one saves. But Senegal have fell off this second half. I tell you what, Elise has been doing that all season at Bayern. Apologies for missing that, by the way. I mean, that's absolutely typical. 0-0 game for an hour and I missed the bloody goal. Look at the pace of Mbappe there. Well, this is the France maybe people are expecting to see this last 20 minutes. He's in over the top. He's offside. He's offside. Jackson. He's put it in the back of the net really well, but he was offside. Took it well, but yeah. Lad says, can you play the guitar behind you? Yes, I can. Elise is miles offside. Nicholas Jackson there. Elise's poetry in motion is unbelievable. Mate, I think he's arguably the best player in the world. Oh, I think I've been bit on the arse. I genuinely... No, I'm going to put my hand down. I'm not whacking low. Good finish by Nicholas Jackson, but he definitely was offside. Thank you and the community. I've never had many friends, so I'm grateful to watch football with all of you, says Alms. You're very welcome, pal. Kian Evans, thanks for your follow on TikTok. What a stadium, by the way. Look, what a view. What a World Cup. And we've got a hydration break now. It's not even the... we've not even had a week yet. How are you all finding the World Cup? Are you watching a lot of the games? Are you dipping in and out? I tell you what. For me, it's like running a marathon. That's what I would say. You can't come into this half-hearted. You just can't come into it half-hearted because you'll be exhausted. Like, you have got to plan it out. You've got to think about your sleep. You've got to think about everything else. It is. I'm enjoying it. And it's long. But I can't believe it only started on Thursday. I feel like we've had 2 weeks already. Elise, poetry in motion has been unbelievable. Is Elise a rat for not playing for England, says Sebas? I don't really know the ins and outs of that. I know he could have played for England, but I don't know. Let's have a look. Elise. I mean, Wikipedia doesn't tell you everything, but... So Michael Elise, he was born in London and raised in London to a British-Nigerian father and a Franco-Algerian mother. In an interview with Bayern magazine, when asked about his nationality, I said, I actually come from 4 countries, France, Algeria, Nigeria and England. I consider myself very lucky to possess these 4 parts, which all enrich me. I feel each individual part in me. I've developed attachments in all my countries. Yeah, he was basically brought up in England then, wasn't he? He was born in England. He joined Hayes and Yading United Academy at 6. He had a youth spell with Man City. He was at Chelsea. He was at Arsenal. And then obviously Reading. So... Look, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, he's chosen France. Nothing we can do about it. Unimpressed by Tchouameni. Bad feeling for United, says Jacob. Well, mate, we haven't bloody bought him yet. Everything about this World Cup triggers me. The shadows on the pitch from the equipment above, reminiscent of the Azteca spider on the pitch in '86, says Nick. Jackson's a joke, says King. Kenny, thanks for your follow. Appreciate you. Is Elise the best player in the world right now, says Biz. I mean, he's nearly scored a worldie there, but he didn't quite catch it. I think he is. I mean, I'm very lucky to see Elise on the Bundesliga on the regular, because we have Bundesliga footage now, hopefully next season as well. Harry Kane's having a great season, but Elise's had a better season than him. I mean, Luis Diaz as well. It would be interesting to see how he does for Colombia. I think there's a few, everyone talks about PSG, and they are the best team in the world, but Bayern had a very good season, and, I wouldn't sleep on Germany, and I certainly wouldn't, I think Kane and Diaz could have a very good World Cup too. Mar says Yamal is the best. Well, let's run a poll. 53% said it was a penalty. 47% say it wasn't. I think first half, very equal, bit of a boring game, to be honest. Second half, France have gone up at least 2 gears. They have been very good, and they could be 3-0 up in the second half. Elise or Yamal, there you go. The referee is from the A-League, Australia, says Bryce. Well, he's been very good. I haven't agreed with all his decisions, but he has been good. Corner to Senegal here. And it's a bad one. It's a bad one. The referee is Al-Arizi Fajani. Normally they tell you the country they're from. Some famous people there. Don't know who they are. He's an Iranian-Australian international football referee and former player. Douay, good save by Mendy. It's France are in free flow now. You feel like substitutions might not be a bad idea. I'd get NJ on from Everton. I mean, at least he can, he's the sort of player who can get on the ball and make something happen. Substitutions are going to be number 20 and number 21. Mbaye, who's only 18, and Diarra is coming on as well. Diarra is from Sunderland, midfielder. Mbaye is an attacker from PSG. Dylan says, are you going to any matches? I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, but there's nothing imminent. To be honest, if England got to the Azteca in Mexico, I'd be very tempted. What happened to the FC26 streams, Mark? Oh, it was fucking I was wasting everybody's time. So Mbaye's going to come on for Sarr. And my man Kamara's going to come off as well for Diarra of Sunderland. I mean, look, Senegal have got a good squad, and in the first half, I think it was quite an equal game. Second half, you can see why France are probably the favourites. Got nearly 15,000 watching, by the way. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Don't forget, Mr. Model on TikTok's just asked the question, so I'll confirm it here. We are live at 11 o'clock for Norway, and we're also live at 2 a.m. for Argentina, both with me. So get involved. Ian says Rabiot's so good. I don't rate Rabiot. The Norway 11 is out, Mark. Okay, I will confirm that for you. I mean, I think we're all waiting for the Iraq team news as well, aren't we? Yes, Al Hamadi starts with Hassan up front. Anyway, if you're interested in the Norway team, Niland in goal, Ryerson, good right back at right back, Azure, Hegem and Wolf, Sanderberg, Odegaard and Orsnes, and then Sorloth, Haaland and Nusa. My man, that's my player to watch, Nusa, number 20. Really like him. Interesting how they've gone with Sorloth and Haaland, because Sorloth is a striker. I actually thought they might put Shader up or Bob as a starter. They're both on the bench. Strand Larsen on the bench. Norway. There's no way they're winning this World Cup. Tyler, thanks for your follow. And JSM as well. France will be very happy with this. I mean, there's still 10 minutes to go. Second half, you know when the game gets good, it does fly by, doesn't it? Second half, they've been good. Made a meal and threw it up on Sunday. I've got a lot. Hold on. Oh no, it's a long way from goal. Referee says play on. We're in Boston for Norway, and then Kansas. I'm looking forward to the Argentina game because we've not had a game in Kansas yet, and it's a good stadium. I Good cross in the box. Ooh. So what, Nicholas Jackson, if he could finish, he's had a few chances. Adam, thanks for your follow, and JSM as well. It's not looking like it's going to be Senegal's game. Puts a bit of pressure on them for Norway. Which is, when are they playing Norway? Is it next Tuesday, next Monday night, isn't it? 1 AM. He could have done better there. A few people talking about Upamecano. I think he has had a good game. Yeah. Barcola's coming on for Dembele. Dembele's been a bit quiet, hasn't he? A player of his quality. But this is what I think about France. It's hard for everybody to have a good game when you've got Mbappe, Elise, Doué, Dembele. It is a little bit of overkill. 70% have voted Elise over Yamal. Man of the match is Mbeef. I think Elise has been the game changer. The pass into Mbappe was incredible. I mean, yeah, it's hard to look past France. Apart from the fact it's coming home. Am I doing the 5 AM game? I do like Austria, and I would like to watch an Austrian game. And I like Ralf Rangnick, but with, yeah, 5 AM against Jordan is not... I mean, I think I'd struggle to stay up for England at 5 AM against Jordan. Also, I think Austria are going to struggle without Baumgartner. He's not there, is he? Thibaut says, apparently Mourinho was going to take the Portugal job before Madrid. Martinez gone. Yeah, he's gone anyway, yeah. Senegal are a good team, but this France squad is a great squad. I don't think... I think France are going to be in this tournament until somebody big knocks them out. You know, I don't see France going out to anybody other than, you know, a Spain or an Argentina, hopefully in England. Remember, if France get to the final of this World Cup as well, it'd be 3 World Cup finals in a row. Lovely run here. Lovely finish. Barcola. I mean, that's just fantastic. I mean, this France team look very confident, very good, and in a way, quite annoying because they're good. They're very good. It's another brilliant pass as well. But yeah, very efficient. Against a Senegal team that was a tough nut to crack. Second half, France could have won this 4-0. And they will be hot favourites to win the World Cup, Andrew. Absolutely, they will. But what a ball. I think, is it Rabiot who hits that one? I mean, it's a lovely pass. To be fair, you say it's a good pass. It is a good pass. But you could park a bloody jumbo jet through that back line of Senegal. They're wide open there. Great finish by Barcola, though. Little dink over Mendy. 2-0. Do you fancy Ivory Coast in their group, says Kobe? Yes, I do think that they look very good. Yeah, I mean, if you aren't compact against France and you leave space, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. But look, it's not over for Senegal. I mean, France will top this group. I'm sure of it. The floodgates have opened, says Uni. Thank you very much. Yeah, Bedcourse, I can't read that. What's the difference between Goldbridge and Dwight York? Yeah, a bit below the bell. Lock-in says, hi Mark, been interesting to watch Jackson as a Chelsea fan. He's still maybe the most frustrating footballer I can think of. Always in the right position, but misses so many chances and is offside. Yeah, I mean, look, you've got to give him credit for getting in the right positions, and then you've got to slate him for missing. Alan Noonan, thanks for being a member. Welcome. The midfield has been, ever since the second half, he subbed off the wrong midfielder, says Yazir. Norway play more of a 4-4-2 than a 4-3-3. I'm looking forward to watching him, Mr. Tomba. And like I say, Noosa, for me, is one of the players that could really be one of the standout players in the World Cup. Oddie Grass says, poached egg on toast, cooking with Goldbridge, no cheating, old school in a pan, spin the water. When can I watch? Loving the World Cup. Okay. A true gent says, the Iraq manager is decent. Sorloth is best as a centre-forward, but can play out wide, says Mr. Tomba. This is what we've been waiting for. Haaland and Mbappe in the same World Cup. Mbappe on top for now, says Ray Carl. Hope you're doing well. And is the famous Goldbridge never called a 0-0 draw in jeopardy, says Majid. I don't do 0-0s. I don't think I've ever done a World Cup watch-along 0-0. When they do it in the studio in Manchester, they get a few 0-0s, but I don't do them. It's pure luck, but yeah. Daniel Svensson says players complain on pitch bouncing too much. I've not seen anybody complain about that, mate. Michael Oliver, Anthony Taylor, all is forgiven. Honestly, I'm speechless. That decision was horrific. Refs have been good so far, but that's unforgivable, says Goldio. Javier, thanks for the follow. Jaden as well. And Spunky Panda, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate you. Gay of Everton shouldn't be playing at this level, says Yazir. I mean, it's tough at 36, isn't it? I mean, I don't think you're saying it about age. This, well, we'll have to see what Norway are like, but this might be France's hardest game out of the way as well. I mean, Turkey's going to come on now. For Douay. Benzi says France are going to win the World Cup, aren't they? Well, the favourites for a lot of people, with a lot of people for a reason, aren't they, pal? Let's get real. You've got to be careful of France's defence as well. Very good. Here's Elise. They're always looking for that ball. Mbappe in behind, and he will make those runs all day. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok. If you are on YouTube, please do subscribe. We're on 483,000 on the road to 1.5 million. We are on 483,700. We're only 300 away from 484. So please click and subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can hit that on tonight's streams. And of course, as I said, little break in a minute at the end of this game, and then we're back about 5 minutes before Norway, Iraq with a live watch along, and then a little break after that, and then it's 2 a.m. Argentina against Algeria, which I'm looking forward to. First, take a look at them. We've already done a couple of watch alongs at 2 a.m, so I should be absolutely fine. I mean, I'm not making any promises. If I get tired, I'll fuck it off, but I think we'll be all right. I'm going to try the Navy SEAL sleep in a minute. Put my legs up against the wall. I mean, would you like tips on other military sleep techniques that help with falling asleep in under 2 minutes? I just can't believe that works. We'll have to do some research on that. Any transfer updates on United, Mark? We did a video at 7, Pen. The Fernandes deal sounds like it's going to be a bit of a long, drawn-out affair. Somerville sounds like it's probably not going to happen. Tchouameni's possible, but probably dependent on Real Madrid and who they're going to sign first. Stango, thanks for the follow on TikTok. I'm not having a power nap tonight. I'll try it tomorrow. If I try a power nap now, there'll be no watch-alongs. It'll be like, where did he go? I'm a little bit disappointed in the Senegal manager. I think he got his subs wrong, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, I think there was options on his bench he could have used that he didn't. I think Njai should have come on, and he hasn't brought him on until the 83rd minute. But I think, look, France are going to top this group. No one's going to be surprised about that. I think that the big game is going to who's going to come second. And obviously we're going to get the first look at Norway at 11. And then they play each other, Senegal, Norway, next Monday. 8 minutes added on. I'm not surprised by that because you get 3 minutes of a water break, and then obviously there was the penalty decision that took a few minutes as well. Do you think where do you think Senegal will go? I mean, Senegal could do a quarter-final if they got a good knockout group run, but then again, they're going to finish second, so they're probably not going to hit the quarter-finals. Look, Senegal are a good team and they've got a good squad, which I think is the big thing that Africa needs if it's going to have a World Cup winner at some point. You need a squad. And to be fair, Senegal's squad is very impressive. Do I think they're capable of going to the any further than the quarterfinals? No. First half they were good and they held their own, but it's a 90-minute game, and France in this second half have made light work of them, to be fair. Elise is unbelievable, says Farhad. We are. Dan loves Man United. We are doing the 10 a.m. 2 a.m. game. Yes. Yeah. What time is it now? 10. Yeah. Well, we're doing Norway Iraq first. So. Well, last time I looked at my phone and went on TikTok.
Fuck me, I go with a penny shooter.
Pie face. I went on TikTok and I missed a goal. So I'm trying to look up here. What I was losing my attention for was because people take my match reactions and then put them to things like Cocomelon and stuff, and it does make me laugh. So that's why I missed the first goal. Thank you. There we go. There's Gareth Bale. He's got hair. He's been to Turkey, hasn't he? Forston says France look like a finalist. They do. Barcola, new Liverpool player scored, says Kate. Prince says Gareth Bale was never bowled. Mate, have you not seen, like, you know when he used to tie it up? Like, he had a big bald patch on the top of his head. He's definitely had something done to his hair. Definitely. There was a question there before we moved on to hair. Dan says, I don't think I'm going to make it till 4 a.m. I'm feeling tired already. Yeah, well, some of us are seasoned now. I told you, you've got to get into the... I'm living a New York timeline, so I don't go to bed before 2 a.m. anyway. For this World Cup, I don't go to bed before 2 a.m. Favourite stadium at the World Cup, says Bing. Can we do that on the next one? We are doing Norway at 11, yeah. I'll push you over after this. Not on the floor. I mean, like, we'll push you from the live chat to there. I mean, I'm sort of with James. I do like the Azteca, but there's some very nice stadiums. I mean, look, I like NFL, so a lot of these stadiums, I like the fact that, you know, I love the NFL and I get to see great goal. Great goal. And that's the young lad from PSG. I mean, there's a star is born there. A star is born there, and his name is Mbappe. An absolute banger of a goal. Plays for PSG, and it's another one. He's only 18 years of age. Keeper probably should do a little bit better, but what a goal by Mbappe. Deschamps not very happy about it. Well, 3 minutes to go. Mbappe says, calm down. Villa are linked with him. I think he's staying at PSG. I mean, look, we do look at the bench and we do look at the squad and we do try and pick out players as people to watch. And, oh my God, Mbappe has just scored from about 30 yards out. I mean, I'm tempted to say that's just brilliance. I need to see a replay. Maybe the keeper was caught out. Mendy's had a very good game. But I mean, they're a bit slow with the replays at this World Cup. I've noticed that a lot. They do tend to dwell on the celebrations a little bit more than the replay. I have noticed that. There is a lot... Here we go. So, be another... No, Mbappe gets it. Keeper probably should save it. But it's a great hit. I don't know. I'm conflicted on whether the keeper should save that or whether it's just a brilliant hit. It's a great goal. It's a great goal. It is a great. It's a good goal. So Mbappe's got 2, and he's still got a rack. Is that your Golden Boot winner? Mbappe for Golden Boot could be a good shout. Especially when you've got Elise playing behind you. Oh, I've just realised. Me bet builder. I was so bloody close. I had France to win. Over 3.5 goals. Over 8 corners. But I needed Elise to score and he didn't. Also needed Kelly. We've had no yellow cards. I did say this referee would let you literally drop kick someone and he wouldn't give a yellow card. I was close on my bet builder, but no cigar, unfortunately. There we go. Thank you very much to Ball Sports for sponsoring the stream, by the way. Don't forget, for tomorrow's England game, you can get a free £5 bet builder, or €5 if you're in Ireland. Just log into Ball Sports and opt in to claim yours. Or, if you haven't signed up yet, go through the link in the description or the QR code. And you can build your own bet builder with a free £5 bet tomorrow on the England game. Thanks very much to Ball Sports. Don't forget, 18 plus only, new UK and Ireland customers. Terms and conditions are in the description and on the screen. Please bet responsibly at bbgambleaware.com. And we are back for Iraq against Norway. But Mbappe's up and running, and so are France. Very impressive win. I predicted 3-1, didn't I? I did say 3-1. You would not have thought so at half-time, but they've been very, very impressive. Keel says, I'd take Bale over Messi and Ronaldo. Chris says, are you staying up for Austria-Jordan? I mean, you don't stay up for Austria-Jordan. You just don't sleep because it doesn't finish till 7 a.m. I mean, yeah. Sean, thanks for the follow on TikTok. BF Store as well. If you are watching on TikTok, make sure you give us a follow. Thank you so much. Hello Earthling says, you know it's a bad day when French people are happy. Ooh. Was it over the line? No. Maignan got in a bit of trouble, but it wasn't over the line. The aura on Mbappe with the calm down and then he scores like that, says Killen. How were more teams not seriously in for Elise when he left Palace, says TJ. Yeah, Bayern were very good. Mbappe, the World Cup GOAT, says Marge. Barcola would be great for United, says Mario. Oddie Grass says, Goldbridge don't do 0-0s. Merch. Thank you very much. And that is the final whistle. So Mbappe Golden Boot looks like nailed on, doesn't it, at the moment? Two goals against Senegal. Two very good goals as well. He could have had a hat-trick. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, thanks to Ball Sports. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. That's game one. Not even halfway through it tonight. Fantastic second half at the MetLife. We will be heading to Boston for Norway against Iraq at 11 o'clock. And don't forget, if you are a night owl or different part of the world or you want to stay up, we are going to do Argentina, the holders, against Algeria at 2 a.m. in Kansas. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok, as I said. If you're on if you're on YouTube, please click and subscribe. Help us get up to 484,000. And I will see you in about 40 minutes. We'll reconvene in about 40 minutes. get myself a coffee. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, God. Oliver Giroud's so smug, isn't he? Look at me. I'm so good looking and I'm French.